In today's episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode Creative, we get a new snazzy set of upgraded armor. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. Ooh, I look so snazzy. Last episode, we built the tire crafting table and we started working on the neutronium collector, and we got basically 99.9 of the way there, but we're missing one, which is the hop graphite that belongs right here. And today, that is my plan to go ahead and start to make that. So for the hop graphite, we're gonna need a bunch of stuff, and we're gonna need a crusher from immersive engineering. We're gonna need a industrial squeezer from immersive engineering, and I believe that's basically it, right? And those two multi-blocks are going to be found here in the heavy machinery book here, and we want the crusher. So we want 10 steel scaffolding and 10 light engineering. So light engineering blocks, we should have these. Yeah, no wait, we have the heavy ones. Why don't we have the light ones? So light engineering blocks should be simple, assuming that we have the iron mechanic pipes for that. There we go. And then I guess we're gonna have to creative this, aren't we? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I think I already have pretty much everything else that we need for that. So let's grab the 10 engineering that we need here. So 10 of these bad boys. And then we're gonna need hoppers. So let's grab those. I don't have hoppers, really? I think we need 9 hoppers. And then we're gonna need the light scaffolding. So steel scaffolding. We're gonna need some of those. And what else are we gonna need for this? So if we look in the book here, it's gonna tell us that we also need steel fences, and that's it. 8 steel fences. That's relatively cheap. So steel fence. Wow, we already have a steel fence. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna creative that bad boy, because making steel fences, not my forte. There we go. 8 of those. Let's go ahead and I guess shove it over here. That should be fine, right? So we're gonna need to go ahead. Oh god, how does this work? So if I understand correctly, can I make this? So yeah, perfect. Well, I want you to stop playing, and then I want you to break down. Yeah, perfect. So light, and then scaffolding, and then light. Okay, that's very simple. So let's take our 10 scaffolding, 1 2 3, like that, and then this, and then we're gonna need the thingies here, this guys, the scaffolding. Sorry, these were the light engineering blocks. The one in the middle, and then this doesn't have a redstone thingy in it. That's surprising, actually. And am I crazy? I feel like I'm crazy because it said 10. Oh wait, is there not one in the? No, there is one in the middle. There's 2 in the middle, but I can go ahead and grab another one. There we go, another one of these, and then I should be able to take the hoppers, and then throw them on top like this, and you should be good now, right? To go ahead and, you know, make that a thing. I'm gonna need a hammer. Yes, this guy here, the engineer's hammer. Boom, there is our crusher. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and run some power to that. So that's gonna mean I'm gonna need some universal cables, and I believe all I gotta do is throw in some coke dust, and we should be good to go. So let me also just quickly take the coke out of here and put down a chest in front of the output, and then I'm going to run some power to this, and it should be good to go. With the coke dust, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and creative mode this guy, and what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and take this, and we're going to basically make the industrial squeezer. But here's the problem. I do not see where the industrial squeezer is in the book. So I found this basically telling me in the industrial squeezer. Is this the industrial squeezer? I don't know, but I'm gonna try it, honestly, because I did see that in the JEIs here. I did see that there was the industrial squeezer blocks, these guys here, but I wasn't too sure if that was the thing that we needed per se. So I'm just gonna give it a try here. So if I grab like a bunch of these, that shouldn't be that bad, right? And then what we're gonna need is some light engineering blocks, and I think that's all we need, right? So it did say quest just update squeezer. So I'm assuming this is what I need here to build the industrial squeezer, which honestly is a bit confusing. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's do this and then that. And this is how the quest book said to build it. So boom. This is not what I thought the squeezer would look like. This is very different from the 1.12 version of the squeezer. Okay, so you take the coke dust and it squeezes it, which is interesting. Now, is all four sides of these outputs? I'm not even sure. Like, how do you output your stuff? It doesn't seem to output automatically. I don't know, but we have what we need, so that's all that matters. Honestly, that was some strange weird thing that I've never seen before. Like, honestly it's been a really long time since I've played this mod pack, so maybe I'm just misremembering, because it's been like literally like 7 years since I played this mod pack last, so I could be wrong here. I only had it in alloys only mode. Okay, fair enough. Okay, with the hop graphite now done, we can go ahead and make the neutron collector, which is going to be needed, honestly. There we go. Let's go ahead and put this here, and boom, beautiful. Actually, we only need one of these, right? And hopefully if we did everything right last episode, this should make the neutron collector beautiful. The neutron collector has been crafted. Now that we have that, let's go ahead and get more drawers, and I guess I can just do this, right? And let's go ahead and get some more drawers out. All right, so I'm gonna creative these. You know what? I don't need to creative it, honestly. I am just gonna put this guy down. This is gonna be good enough because we'll just creative the pile, and then whatever we'll be done with it or whatever. So it's not too bad. So I guess the rest of this episode, I do want to work on making the rest of the armors that we need to go ahead and get the infinity stuff. So to do that, upgrading our armor is going to be a little bit of an interesting one. So I can go ahead and upgrade this, I believe, with dark steel. No, that is not how that works. I thought I could. So it might be because it's damaged. Yeah, it's probably because it's damaged, right? So, but for this one, it's going to be a pain in the butt because we got to make the dark solarium jet plate. Remember that thing that I was like, oh, I'm going to need to make eventually? Yeah, it's finally caught up to us. We're going to have to make this, and I am not looking forward to that because this is a very expensive item, and we need the chest plate. We need these reinforced wings, which needs this dark solarium ingot, which is just dark steel, solarium, and pulsating crystals. I didn't even think that would be that bad. So dark steel, and then the solarium ingot, right? And then it wants a pulsating crystal, which is relatively cheap. So if I take this and we come up here to our alloy smelter, this should indeed make it now, right? Beautiful. And then now that we have that, let's check on the other stuff. Some of the stuff that I really don't want to deal with right now is having to craft these capacitors. These capacitor packs are really just annoying to craft, but like, what am I gonna do? You know, I have to craft them. Unfortunately, this doesn't really have what I want here, which is bookmarking. So that really does kind of stink a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. Let's pulverize this coal or whatever so we can get the pulverized coal to go ahead and start this whole adventure, if you will, with the capacitors. Boom, beautiful. Oh, it's charging because of my inventory. It should be fine. I think it shouldn't be too bad of a problem, I hope. And pulsating crystal, what are we missing in the middle of this guy here? Oh, the capacitor banks. No. Oh, wait. Didn't we creative these? We did. Wait, which one is it? It's this one, right? Yeah, I was about to say, I was like, wait a minute. I know we creative these. There's no way that we didn't creative these. There we go. That was actually relatively simple. I didn't think that this was going to be that simple. We already crafted it. Nice. And this holds 80 million RF. Wow. That's a lot of RF. Just dump it in there. That doesn't charge it that fast. I thought that would charge it a lot faster than that. It's fine. I don't think we really realistically need to charge it all the way. So I'm just going to plop it in a a drawer here and call it a day. And that's now done. So that's part of the jet plate at least done. So for the thrusters, right? These are the kind of thing that I'm a little bit worried about. These thrusters here, they require the vibrant thrusters, which honestly aren't too bad to make. It is this flight control unit, which requires a bat, and I believe this, which honestly, that's not even that bad actually. So at least we do have the vibrant thrusters already, which is not terrible. I thought we hadn't made those yet. There we go. One of the hardest things to get though right now is probably, if I had to guess, is going to be the bat that we need, right? And I assume we don't have a soul vial of a bat. I didn't think so. That would have been really cool if we did, but we don't. So I need to figure out how I am going to get a bat to spawn for me. So I got a bat, and the way that I got a bat is I opened a bunch of chance cubes, and then I ended up getting one that had bat plus magma cream, which yeah, was the one that I was looking for. And I guess that's one way to get a bat. How is there a cow on top of my, I don't question it. I guess he found his way all the way over here, I guess. But yeah, we have our bat now, which means that we can actually make our flight control units, which is really sick, by the way. So yeah, let me go ahead and make sure that we get that bad boy nice and set up like so. And so the bat, and then that's gonna go into the guy over here, the soul binder, so that way we can go ahead and make the flight control unit with 8 XP. Now that we've got the flight control unit, I believe all we gotta do is hopefully get the rest of the other stuff, which honestly hopefully isn't too bad. The flight control unit and the thruster was pretty bad one, to be honest. Everything will get easier from here. So for the jet plate, oh my god, can you not? So for the jet plate, we need, I think we have pretty much everything. Well, I love how I jinxed that, right? There we go. There is the thruster boy. So now that we have the thruster boy, we should be able to go ahead and make some other stuff here that's going to be easier. So now that we've got that, let's get the jet plate put into JEI. I wish this would keep my surge. I'm sure there's a way to get it to keep my surge. There we go. The 2 reinforced gliders like so. And we are just missing the dark plate, which is going to require the Zavisio armor piece here. There we go. And we should now be good to go. The only thing is that we got to get the jetpack in. So we have to do this, and then we have to do the bottom bit, which is the capacitant. Did I creative that? Yes, I did. Perfect. But there is our jet plate, the dark solarium jet plate that we needed to upgrade the armor, and we'll creative that bad boy. And I guess the rest of it is really simple now, because all we gotta do is, I believe it's called like battle suit. No, it's called dark armor, right? Something like that, right? Not dark matter. I guess I'm gonna have to do it this way, like this. So there we go. There is our helmet, and then we need our pantalones, and we need our booties as well, right? So these guys as well. And we have our jet plate, right? So we need to make these battle suit plates or whatever, which I believe we can almost make, which is interesting. We need a couple of things, which I think we can get relatively simply. These energized crystals, which are looking quite complicated. We need these PRC LX 500s, which we just need for that. We need a 300, which can we make the 300? We can make the 300. I assume that's from the quantum flux mod, which, you know, we've been doing over here. So yeah, let's go ahead and creative that. And then we're going to take that, and then we're going to upgrade that to the 500, I assume. And then, you know, upgrade that even further, right? So the PRC 500, which looks like the max tier one, which is good. And now we take that and we put it into the battle suit. I wonder if that's like an armor from Quantum Flux. I bet it is, if I had to guess, right? So the battle suit plating. So the battle suit plating is going to need these energized crystals, which we have. The only thing that we don't have at the moment is these ender crystals, which is just going to be ender pearls and a redstone in the item fabricator. Boom. There we go. We now have the energized crystals, which means I should be able to take these guys, right, and make the battle suit plating. Yeah, battle suit plating on the way. Now that we've got that, that, all we gotta do is put that in here, of course, and we need to upgrade our armor, which is going to be interesting. So you know what, this is now full. Oh, okay, all right, I'm gonna do a bad. I'm gonna take up another drawer space with the full one because I really can't be bothered to wait for it to fill, to be honest. But not that I'm probably gonna ever wear it, honestly. Why not, right? So let's go ahead and upgrade these stuff. So there we go. There is our battle suit armor, which honestly takes power, which is very interesting. I wonder if I can fly with this. There we go. And let's get the boots as well. So why did that not work? Oh, you know what, my bad, I forgot. We got a shift click. Where did my boots go? Can I have my boots back, please? Thank you. Wait, no. Yes, there we go. There it is, you silly little goose. And then that needs to get upgraded with upgrade tokens from Quantum Flux. So if I look at this again, so the upgrade token needs ZBQ-7. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and creative that because that seems like a resource that we're gonna need plenty of. So let's go ahead and put that in there. And I was gonna put one for the upgrade token, but then I realized if I do that and I click out of this, it's gonna put stuff in the drawer and that's not gonna be fun, right? So that is then gonna go into making this the upgrade token. Beautiful. And then that upgrade token is hopefully gonna go into making what we need, which is gonna be the armor stuff, right? So now that we've got that, let's go ahead and try and upgrade some of our battle suit stuff, right? And this is upgraded battle suit now. Perfect. Feather falling. There we go. Lapis. And of course the redstone for this guy. And the next one is gonna be wyvern gear. What am I missing for the wyvern gear? You are missing the wyvern energy, which I assume is just going to be simple enough. And we're probably also going to want to make draconic energy as well. And I'm assuming based on that the thing should be relatively simple to make, right, for the draconic energy, but I could be wrong. There is no fusion crafting in this. Also, I love the way that this armor looks in the little GUI here, but if I want to upgrade this, okay, it isn't simple. I need neutronium and I need the draconic energies, which does look simple enough to make. We love that. We're gonna need some neutronium for this, and I assume after this upgrade for the awakened draconium, I assume that the next thing is going to be infinity armor. Is that correct? Infinity armor requires the draconic armor. However, we can't do that because we're going to need some of this. And let's look away from that because that's very expensive. However, this has been running for a while, so we should have piles of neutrons. Beautiful. Which that means I can now take this, creative mode that. And if I'm not mistaken, the piles of neutrons, hopefully, if Cazador hasn't made this awful, which it looks like he hasn't made this awful, thankfully, we can now quickly and hastily make ourselves the neutronium. So let me grab this and let's grab this again. We need more neutronium, please. Neutronium. There we go. The neutronium nuggets now is going to make the neutronium ingies, which means okay, I totally did that on accident. There we go. And make sure that you're creative. Beautiful. So now we have that, and all we need for the draconic armor, if we look at it really quickly, so this guy here is, we're just gonna need the energy cores and the ingots, and okay, that's actually relatively simple, assuming I don't have anything in here, which I don't. Can I shift click on this? I cannot. Oh, wait, hold on. Is it Control O? It's Control O, right? If I press U on the boots, I can't shift click in this. Oh, you are some kind of evil. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down goes the helmet from the middle. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the helmet goes there, and then the core goes there. This is gonna be awful. And then it's gonna be 2 rows of neutronium, and then so 2 rows of neutronium, like so, right? You want this to be the thing, and then you're gonna go there, correct? And then you're gonna surround the outside with awakened draconium, which I didn't grab, of course I didn't. So where is the awakened draconium? The awakened draconium, I'm gonna need more ingots than that, so you're gonna surround the outside like so, and it's gonna go up. Okay, perfect. I see how it works now. So up 1, I don't think it goes that high, does it? This is awful. It does go this high. And then you're gonna do this, and then across there like that. And then you're gonna get the awakened draconium cores. Doesn't look like I grabbed. So the awakened draconium cores, and then those are gonna go where? Those are gonna go beside the doodad here. And then you, my friend, are gonna go here, here, and then that is how you make the draconic helmet. Oh yeah, if that's how you make the helmet, oh god, I'm afraid to even like do this. This is gonna be awful. Okay, I really wish I can shift click in this. You can probably shift click in the other variant of it if I had to guess. Unfortunately, a skill issue. Okay, so that makes sense. So it's gonna be this, and then this, correct? On both sides? Yes. So this, both sides. So like that. And then you're gonna go all the way down but 1. So all the way down but 1 on both sides. And then the 2 corners will have awakened draconium like so. And then that is gonna be then filled with more awakened draconium like so. Does it go all the way across? I think it does go all the way across. It does go all the way across. And then you're gonna do yourself a favor, and everything else except for this guy here is gonna go, so it's gonna go here, I believe, right? Everything else is gonna be neutronium ingots all the way around like so. Oh, that's so beautiful. That is beautiful. And is the pantalones any better? Not really. So I'm gonna need a lot more awakened draconium, dude. We are running low. So looking at the pantalones, we need, so it's gonna go awakened draconium, and then your pants go down here with the 2 cores like so. And then that is then gonna be, oh no, wait, your pants is, yes, your pants go there. And then so the way it's gonna work is you're gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this for now, and I think that's how that works, correct? Yes. So it's gonna go 1 2 3 4 5 of these. So 3 4 5 like so on both sides. This is in the way like that. Beautiful. And then it's gonna go your energy like so and so. And then I assume we're gonna take this guy and go all the way down but 1 like so. And then that's gonna go all the way around like this. And I believe that is your pantalones. Beautiful. And I assume the boots are the same sort of way. So we're gonna put the boots, and then it's gonna go down. So it's gonna go, okay, hold on, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's gonna go down 6, right? So 3 6 like that. And then from there you're gonna do the corner and the corner like so. Can we get a like so counter in the comments? How many times am I gonna say that in this end bit? And we're gonna need, okay, so it's gonna be the energy cores on the second one. So on the second one like so, there's like so again. And we're gonna need the neutronium down to 1 2. That's wrong. Did I mess up somehow? I feel like I messed up somehow because it's down 2 and then the thing. Ah, I see, because I believe it wraps around like so. Does it go to the edge? I think it does go to the edge, doesn't it? It does go to the edge. And then you're gonna put that there and that there, and then that should in theory just wrap around like a glove. That's why I didn't put the 2 neutronium there. Beautiful. Look at that. We now have a full set of draconic armor. Wow, that was a struggle to get that. Holy gosh darn heck. That was yeah, not being able to shift click that in was not fun at all. And let's go ahead and, you know, make sure that we put this up here. I really do like the way that this armor looks, and we're actually gonna put this on now. I really want to put this on. I kind of also want to make the draconic flux capacitor if I can, right? So the capacitor is probably going to be a little expensive. It does look, you know what, it's not that bad. And then once we get this bad boy filled, which it holds 250 million, use modifiers to boost these stats. Wait, what? How do I use modifiers? Wait, how does the modifier system work in this version of Draconic Evolution? Modifier system. What is the modifier system? I did find a upgrade modifier table, so I'm gonna grab that. but I was trying to find a thing called a charger. I know that there's a charger somewhere in here in this mod. I know I've seen it before, but I'm not sure what it's called in this version. You know, it's weird because I feel like I would have seen it by now if there was. Oh, I seen it. I just seen it as it was going away. Where did it go? This guy here, the infuser. This guy, that's what I want. The infuser. I need an enchanting table. I don't even have a book. What is going on? Book, please. How do I not have a book? Like, I'm this far in the game and I don't have a darn gosh book or whatever. Let's go ahead and make the enchanting table. Please, for the love of God, make this charge things super fast. I doubt this thing is going to charge things that fast, but it is worth a shot here. So if I put this on here and we put the thing in here. Oh, dude, that charges way more faster. Beautiful. We now have a full capacitor with 250 million, but I really want to know how this upgrade table works, because if we can get more charge in it, that would be amazing if we can get more charge in it. So if I put this in here, installed upgrade value 0.1. So wait, if I put awakened cores in there, is that correct? Will it like give me upgrade points? I guess. Oh my God, capacity 2 billion or 2.1 billion. That is a lot of RF. I don't know why I need that much RF. I mean, I guess to charge my thingy here, this guy. Oh my God, look at the amount of RF that thing stores. That is insanity. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to wrap up today's episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode Creative. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy today's episode of Kappa Mode Creative, please do me a huge favor, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, ding dong that notification bell, become a part of the Council of Elder. As always, guys, I love you. I'm gonna leave you till next time.